throughout most of human history, people lived in areas of the world where they were surrounded, and they lived in a sort of a small geographic region, and they were surrounded by people of their own culture or of their own background, their own racial group, but people that look like them and people that practice social life like them. And so, you didn't really have to think much about like making these quick assessments about who people are and what they are, and so but increasingly today, as we are engaging with people from so many different backgrounds and cultures and ancestry groups and racial groups and so on, we're just necessarily making quick assessments about who people are and what they are. Now, mind you, most of the time this doesn't really matter, right? Because it doesn't. If I'm engaging with someone, if I'm buying my gas at the gas station and I'm engaging somebody, it doesn't matter where they're from, right? I mean, who cares? Sometimes it does matter because it matters that we're able to really engage with someone in an interesting way. But also, a lot of times, it's mattering to us, and we don't realize it, and we don't think about it. And so we're making assumptions about people, or we're stereotyping them, but not necessarily even in a bad way. We're just stereotyping. We're putting people in some kinds of boxes. Maybe we change their behavior in some way based on what we think they look like, or what we think they are, what their background is, or who they are. Sometimes it gets kind of negative, right? Like, there's a lot of like racist kind of tropes and stereotypes, and a lot of behavior, and sometimes discriminatory behavior that comes into play. But sometimes it's there increasingly. It's just part of life, and we're doing it always. And the data are pretty clear, showing us that we may think we're not doing it. I just see everybody for who they are, and I don't change my behavior for anybody. But the truth is, and I have to say this, and we'll look at this at some point in maybe next week. When we put hidden cameras on people, or we do what are called these tester studies, right, or audit studies, and we control for everything that you can control for, except whether the person is a woman, or whether the person is in a wheelchair, or the person has brown skin or black skin or white skin, or whatever the case is, right? When we do that, and we put cameras in the room and we're watching, and people don't know we're watching, and we're just observing how they act, well, again and again and again, we find people, we observe people acting differently based on who it is that they're interacting with. Like, we really see this. It's just part of life. And you can think, oh, but that's not me. And I'll be like, you know what? If we followed you around with a camera and we set up situations, we would find out that, yeah, it is you much of the time. And that's just how it is, right? That's how we are. And a lot of us are really in a great deal of denial about that. And that's part of what this kind of field of sociology is, and sociology of race is, to try to understand how that operates, okay? So for me, I'm curious about how people make the assessments, because we're always making assessments, and again, for good and for bad, it doesn't matter, right? But they affect our lives in some really fascinating ways. And I'm curious also about how good we are at it, So that's what we're going to do this a little bit today. We're gonna have some. We're going to have I think kind of an interesting time. So let's do our. So first, Ella, you can go. This is Ella, by the way. I'll introduce you in a hot minute. But there's a chair out there. You can take. Do you have your phone? Take your phone. Just don't listen to class. Make sure you can't hear what we're doing in here. Don't spy on us, man. Okay, Raphael, you're on, man. What's your story, man?
My story?
I mean, the 12-second version.
12-second version. Well, it's not really too much to it. Raphael, I live in New York City, Queens. Anybody out there, New York? Nah, no energy. Love as always. Ethnically, I'm Nigerian, Panamanian. I'm a senior, graduating this May, almost done. Mechanical engineering. Yeah, 12 seconds, man.
That's it? All right, man. Yeah. That's good. All right, good. So tell me what is a characteristic of, and I wrote this down, so I'm going to get it right. What are the characteristics of a person who's not black, not Nigerian, Panamanian, etc., right? Do you speak Spanish, by the way?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah? Poquito?
Sí.
All right, man. With whom, someone with whom you are, like, especially comfortable. Someone who's not black, not Nigerian, not Panamanian, but what are the characteristics of a person with whom you're, like, really comfortable? Like, so you look out over this class and you see all these different people. Like, what do you, just off the top of your head, what are some of the qualities that you'd be like, look at everybody but anyone who's black, right? What are the qualities of someone you'd be like, oh yeah, I'd be cool with that person?
For me, some qualities that I feel like I like in people. So I like to have a good time. I consider myself a fun guy, so I like people who can have fun. People who respect other people's spaces.
Wait. Like, am I not respecting your space?
No, you cool. We cool.
Right.
Cool with Sam, but yeah, just people who are respectful of other people, like to have fun.
Wait, hang on. What's respectful mean? Do you mean like respectful? Yeah, what do you mean by that?
You just gotta, no matter like the kind of people you meet, wherever you go, you just kind of have to honor their space or honor their, what they have to offer, even if it's not much. Just
or their stories.
Yes, honor their story. Don't really like neglect anybody or deem anybody off as I can't do nothing with this person. I believe that even if you can't specifically learn something from somebody, like I feel like you still have to, honor somebody. Like you don't just disregard people, because I'm big on like you never really know when you might need somebody's help out of the blue,
Okay, all right. So what kind of interests do they have? Let me kick that out to you.
I mean, like I said, I'm a fun guy. I also like funny people. I like to laugh. My fault. If you're boring, I can't really hang with you. It's like, yeah, I like to, like, all my friends, I believe all my friends are really funny guys or, like, can hold their own. So I like funny people, too.
Okay, so, and what do they have to know about you?
What they have to know about me?
Yeah, like as soon as they meet you, like what is that? Because, a lot of times people, when we're engaging cross-racially and so on, a lot of times there's like this kind of invisible wall almost. Like, what do they have to know about you that you would look at them and be like, okay, this person's like...
Yeah, so like, I mean, just based off of some like past experiences, like some other people of other races, I don't know if like it's also due to like sensitivity of today, but like people want to be like, I don't know, want to impress me more because I'm black. Like, I don't really care as long as like, you're cool and like you're not disrespectful, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so how is it that what's your experience that people try to impress?
I had this one friend who, we were out and we were just talking about like, just culture and like, hip hop and everything. And like, I like all kind of music, like except for, I'm sorry, I don't like EDM music, but I like every other kind of music. But he's from, I would say somewhere around here where it's just like, really just, not much diversity or more like farm folk, I guess,
Uh-huh.
He's from like an area like that. And I guess because I'm like from the city and I'm black too, he got caught up in that like expression of like, yeah, man, like, fuck where I'm from. Oh.
So like it's like a self hate or a self.
Yeah, it was like more of like a self. Could I do that? Was I allowed to?
Yeah, no, you're cool. Go
Okay,
ahead,
yeah.
man.
So it was like, more like, yo, fuck where I'm from, like, like they're not cool like you, or I'm like, yeah, man, like, fuck that country shit, like, bro, you grew up on country music, like, why you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm like, you don't have to disrespect
Like yourself.
yourself or your people to like
Yeah.
acknowledge somebody else, like,
Yeah.
just really embrace who you are. That's what I really care about when I talk to, or meet new people.
How often does that happen? Because I see that happen a lot, like especially with woke liberals.
Yeah, it's happened to me a lot here at Penn State. I mean, just because of the area, it doesn't really happen much in like.
Not in Queens. and
Yeah,
stuff.
because like, I mean, it's more exposure, different people, different races, but like it's happened a lot here. Like, I mean, I met this kid last week who he said the first time he saw a black person when he came to Penn State. And, that was, so I kind of understand where he's coming from, where like he's trying to, thread the lines carefully, or, he doesn't want to say the wrong things to me in his mind, but like, yeah, I mean, I just don't disrespect yourself or disrespect your people.
But the issue is with that guy, if he's like, hey man, first time I saw a black person was when I came to Penn State, and like, yeah, it's cool, and then he starts talking about his favorite country bands and stuff, that would be cool for you.
That would be cool for me, man. Like, put me on. Let me hear what you listen to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that is kind of this thing that people have this sense that everyone's expected to follow. This is where right now, especially black people, have so much power in the U.S. in cultural power, because everybody is like expected to follow whatever the black people say. It's like, oh yeah, we got to follow you because like, yeah, you just that power to say like, no, just that sense that whatever is black is cool and whatever is white's not cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like where some people are at. They want to be like, I mean, they're white, but they want to be like, yo, what's white? It's not cool. I'm like, nah, it doesn't mean, man. That's what I feel.
So how often have you had here at Penn State the experience of meeting a black person and being like, nah, man, I'm just not even down with that person, and you'd rather go hang out with the guy who listens to country music and doesn't know anything and's never left his little area? Like, how often do you meet black people that you're just like, I don't have anything in common with you?
Here at Penn State, I would say like it's happened a few times, not too many times, because like when it comes to making new relationships, I believe I'm a very open person.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, but
I got you.
Yeah, but I have met like a few black people who, it's even funny because like I met some black people who, I'm African. They're not really in touch with their African roots or some things like that, and they just want to also like force that, like, they want to force that African vibe so they can connect with me more, or
Yeah.
just some things that are out of touch, and like,
So they're doing the same thing that white people are
like
doing.
same thing,
Yeah.
just on like a deeper level, and like I don't like that. So like black or white, like those kind of things, regardless of race, I don't really like them. So I find it hard to connect with people like that.
Yeah? All right, man. So listen, I want you to do something, all right? Walk around the class and pick out two people, right? One, these people who are not black, who are not black, okay? Pick out two different people. One who you think like, yeah, I'd connect with you, like you're cool, like I got it. And one who's like, nah, man, we're probably not gonna vibe.
I am so sorry in advance.
Hey, we're just gonna find out. Raphael,
Yeah, Penn State high over here. I think you'd be cool.
which one?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, dude. Dude, stand up, man. Let's see wait, can you get a shot of him?
I think you'd be cool. You look like an easygoing guy.
Do you think you connect with him?
I think so.
Are you a white guy who denies your white? Are you comfortable being white?
Yeah.
No,
But-
that's not the question. How comfortable are you being white?
I'd say I'm comfortable, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah. Dude, Would you know how to answer that question if I asked you? How comfortable are you being white? On a scale of 1 to 10, man.
Like a 7.
7? Dude, he's only a 7.
How comfortable? Yeah. I mean,
7 is a passing grade.
A passing grade. All
thank
right,
you,
that's
thank
cool.
you, thank you.
All right, dude. All right, that's cool. Yeah. No, this is the question that as we move along, these are the kind of questions we want to ask ourselves. Like, how comfortable am I in my own skin, right? Because we live in this world where we're being told constantly, like, hey, no matter who you are, you should be something different. And especially white people are being told, don't be so white. Like, stop being so white. If you want to be cool, if you want to fit in, like, don't be so white. And that's a really tough message to get, right? So that's why I asked that question. All right, dude, thanks, man.
I'm so sorry, my brother.
Oh, this guy? Wait, do you got
I'm so sorry.
Wait, hang on. No, hang on. Give him your microphone. Let's find out. All right, bro, what's your name, man?
Ryan.
Ryan?
Yeah.
That's a standard white name. All right.
I'm a standard white guy.
Great. How comfortable are you being a white guy?
I'd say a 10. I'm chilling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, given what he said. All right.
What's up?
Given what he said earlier about like, hey, he's gonna want someone to like who's really comfortable being themselves. Is that you?
Yeah, I don't have any problem being white.
What music do you listen to?
What music? Rap, usually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, and you're not just saying that because...
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah?
You can see my Spotify if you want.
All right, okay. What else? What else do you need to say that would convince him that he's wrong?
That's a hard-ass question, I'm not going to lie.
No, it's not. It actually... Hang on. First off, let me be clear. He's not right or wrong, because this is just we're just having fun, right?
Yeah.
So he just totally took a shot at it. Well, what would you say to him to say like, no, I'm yeah, whatever. I don't know. I say wrong. I don't want to say that again because it feels wrong of me to say it like that. But
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to convince myself. It's hard to convince him to make him like me without even knowing me, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know what I would say to convince him.
Would you try? How much would you try?
I mean, if I meet him and we didn't click, then it is what it is. But, I mean, if he's a part of a friend group, then I would try, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, it's just interesting, that's all. Dude, we're just having fun. So, like, no, you say, if I had to guess, I'd say both of you guys are pretty comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
All right, Raphael. Thanks, man. Thanks, Brian.
Sorry again, bro.
Hey, Raphael, you can have a seat. Thanks, man. Hey, give it up for Raphael. All right. Give it up, as they say. All right, man. So, Ella,
Yep.
You can stand or sit. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Whatever's most comfortable. Where are you from?
I'm from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. It's like an hour east of Pittsburgh.
Wait, where at?
Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
You say where Rolling Rock is
Yeah,
made?
Rolling Rock,
And you
Olney Palmer.
Really? You say Latrobe, not Latrobe?
We say both. It's kind of just what you're feeling.
Oh, it's like Wilkes-Barre and Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got you. Cool, man. Latrobe. All right, so I have a question for you. What are the characteristics of a person who's not white and with whom you would be particularly comfortable?
I would say people that probably would approach me, like outgoing.
It's people who would approach you.
Yeah.
Okay. Say more about that.
So, well, just in general, I'm not someone that would like go out and make new friends like all by myself. So I feel like I would just be more comfortable if they like approached me and were like, hey, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, maybe we have like similar interests, like hobbies. Like I play lacrosse, and maybe we do that or something.
Or they would be an athlete of some sort?
Yeah, like an athlete.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they have like nice clothes because I would compliment them. You can start that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what else? I want to go back to them approaching you. Like, what would you need? So, as a white woman, or as a white person, right? What would you need to hear from someone to feel like, okay, I can walk into this. I'm going to assume that if I go to your Facebook page, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
It's not like heavily populated with black and brown people.
Probably not. No.
No, not probably.
Yeah,
not.
it's not. Yeah.
No. And I say that because this is kind of what we were saying before you came out here. There's a way in which white people feel shamed into being white in some way, right? So like what's the problem there, right? So what if you look at all these black and brown people, like what do they need to say to you? Like what do they need to be? Like who do they need to be for you to be like, oh yeah, I could?
I guess just like like a nice smile, like warm, inviting.
Mm-hmm. And the warm, inviting smile would feel like for you as a white person, like what?
I would just feel like they would want to have like a friendship with me.
Mm-hmm. And what are the pieces of kind of race relations? What are parts of where we're at as a society that would lead you to think black and brown people don't want to have a friendship with you? This, by the way, these are really tough questions to ask how old are you?
I'm 20.
A 20-year-old from Latrobe. Okay, so the camera's on. It's on YouTube. You don't. What I really need for you to understand or to see in order to have this conversation with me is that I think it is deeply troubling that anybody would ever expect you to have a Facebook page that wasn't almost all white people from your school, from your family, et cetera, right? Your community. I mean, this is what it is, right? So why would it be any different? And who the hell would imagine that it would be, right? Just like all of the black and brown people in here have the same thing on their Facebook pages, right? So like, okay, but for white people, it's somehow shameful and problematic. The idea is like, what has to happen, right, for you to feel like, oh, I can break this barrier, right? Because there's a barrier here, which is part of the issue that we're in. So like from your perspective, that's where we're really going here.
Okay. Honestly, I feel like it would be something that I would do is if the barrier was already broken. So if it was someone who already had a lot of white friends,
okay,
that would just be like, oh, this is easy from my perspective.
Okay, right. So you don't see yourself as being a person, giving her personality because you're a little bit more quiet.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that you're up here. But of all the days, dude. All right. So for you, because of your personality and because of the political dynamics, for you need the other person in a way to make the first step and not you.
Yeah.
Because for you to take the first step means what?
I just think it's something I'm not used to, so it's scary for me.
Yeah. And it's especially scary when race is involved.
Yeah.
Like if it was one of the Muslim women in class who wears a hijab, that for you would be like, oh shit. Okay.
That's like unknown territory for me.
So you're not going to do that. And like, so a lot of what we hear of a critique of white people is that a very common critique of white people. Do you know what the critique of white people is? What's a critique of white people?
I don't know.
Well, first off, that we're all racist.
Yeah.
You're assumed to be racist because you're from a small town, right?
Yeah.
So like you don't want to openly admit that to people, right? I'm putting words in. Is that something you feel like openly admitting to people?
No, yeah, I like hesitate to tell people where I'm from because like they're automatically going to be like, oh, she's probably racist.
She's probably racist, yeah. Which is crazy, right? But that's where we're at. Okay, so let me ask you another question. So what would people have to know about you, black and brown people, for you to really kind of open up? First off, we've decided they got to make the first move because you're like not going to do that because you come from a small town already. You're already a little bit shy. You come from a small town. Like you're not going to make that first move because the risks are so high for you, right? They're so serious. So like what do they have to? What did I say? What do they have to know about you? Or what do they have to know?
I feel like I'd probably have to explain myself beyond where I'm from.
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
What if someone came, what if somebody were saying like, yeah, I'm from a really small town too, but my town was like all Mexicans, right? Or all immigrants from Central America.
I mean, I feel like that would be really interesting because we have like something in common but different at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is like, so one of the things that I see is what keeps us, look, y'all, like, it's striking how we still continue to live in a very segregated world. Like, it's segregated, right? Like, you have all these opportunities to meet all these people from all over the world, and mostly you won't. And other people have all these opportunities, like all these people that come over from the Middle East, for example, or from China or from Korea, have so many opportunities to meet people from all over the world, and mostly they won't. Chinese students hang out with Chinese students. Haliji students hang out with Haliji students. It's happening right here. Look, these guys. So this is what happens. So here's what I want you to do. Can you pick out a black or a brown person in class? Like, just walk around a little bit. I want you to pick out two people. One is someone who you feel like, nah, it's probably never going to want to be my friend at all. Like, I would never approach this person. That's the person you're going to approach in here. And the second one is like someone who like, nah, I feel like this person's cool. I could approach them. I could take a risk and approach this person.
Okay, I would say the guy in this blue t-shirt right here, I would not be afraid to approach him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy?
He seems pretty nice.
Ah, dude, I wouldn't be afraid to approach him either, man. Let's find out if he's a nice guy. Bro, where are you from?
I'm from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, which is outside Harrisburg.
That's whiter than Latrobe.
Yeah, similar type of school, so not
Yeah?
much different.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. You found your doppelganger. He's just like, you're like twin siblings of different mothers. You know what I mean? All right. What's your name, bro?
Armand.
Armand?
Yeah.
And he's got a cool name, too. All right. Who's the other person? Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
The other person, he's kind of farther back.
All right. Go ahead. And then give him your microphone.
Okay.
I want to hear.
I'm
Make
sorry.
sure the camera's following.
You just didn't have a smile on your face. Yeah.
Oh, this guy? He was, yeah, bro, you were the dude who spoke the other day, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know how it is. You look like the other guy.
Yeah.
So wait, but he's smiling now. Look at him now.
Yeah.
Would you expect her to pick you?
Kinda, really.
How so?
My name is Ali. I'm from the United Arab Emirates, and I study cybersecurity.
Uh-huh. Are you a friendly guy?
I mean, yeah, maybe.
Do you have any white friends?
No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
It's like you said. Khaliji students hang out with Khaliji students.
But you're sitting in
mainly,
between two white people.
Yeah, my friends are all absent. That's why.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. So they're like the only two white people you know. You just met them today?
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Harrison.
All right, man.
Yep.
So what is it about him though that you said?
I would say what like immediately stood out was maybe it's just like I'm used to like raising my eyebrows when I'm happy, and his eyebrows are like lower.
Yeah.
And he wasn't really smiling. He's just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
That's probably because I just wake up.
Oh yeah. Dude, awesome, man. All right. Okay, very good. Very good. Hey, that was impressive actually. Yeah. And you picked this black Arab dude who doesn't have any white friends. So you actually nailed it in both accounts, you know? So you have good reason then to. So how is it talking about this?
It was a little scary. I feel like because it was that other class where you had like someone go around and pick out. It was like a white person.
Yeah.
But to me, it wasn't really like that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's and what I was saying about how we as white people are being sent these messages, That like, so what Raphael was saying before you came out is like he'll meet a lot of white people who will diss their own culture. Like they grew up listening to country music, they like country music, but they would never say that to him because it's like they're not allowed to. Like you're not allowed to like country music, you know what I mean? Not here anyway. Does that ring for you, or maybe you don't feel that way?
I mean, I don't like country music, so it doesn't really.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just whatever it is, just music that white people listen to, like yacht rock or whatever. Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Like what?
Yacht rock.
No.
Yeah. Okay. It's just.
I like regular rock.
All right. Yacht rock is really white rock. All right. Well, listen. Thanks. Yeah.